This weekend we have a solar eclipse. Solar eclipse in Virgo. Okay, and this solar eclipse is going to open doorways to, oh, it's brand new. Absolutely. It's like being handed a fresh page after carrying the weight of an old story. A chance to step into clarity, to reset, to breathe new life into places in our life where it's felt stuck, it's felt heavy, it's felt dormant, it's felt limited. Okay, and it's at 29 degrees of Virgo. So this eclipse is a turning point, one that clears the clutter, makes space for something more meaningful. It's definitely about finding freedom in letting go. Eclipses are powerful, absolutely. And why? Because they bring what we've been waiting for, that reset, that shift, that spark of renewal that carries us forward for months to come. It's a chance to step out of what is now complete, what is ended, and into something that's calling our name. So join me as we dive into understanding how to embrace this energy. And by the end of our time together, it's my hope, it's my desire, it's my intention, my wish that you now have the tools to, the insight to go forward with confidence, with strength, with clarity, with love. So, hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you. Thank you, first and foremost, for all of the positive, loving support that you send me each and every day. Thank you for being here today. Welcome to your weekend focus, September the 20th and the 21st, 2025. So, on Saturday, we have the energy of the 20. The 20 is turning points, the 20 is forks in the road and taking new paths. Like one path is now ended and it branches out into new territories in all directions. And which path do we decide on? Which path do we take? 2 plus 0 is a 2 energy, and that is about sitting in quiet contemplation and understanding the magic that is already within you. Your skills, your talents, your abilities, your personality, the unique self. It's all about magic. Magic around us, but more importantly, discovering the magic that is already within you. If we look at the daily numerology for Saturday, it would be a 9 plus a 2 plus a 9, and that gives us a 20 energy, right? So 20, we've already been through this. On Sunday, for our eclipse, we have the energy of the 21. 121 is more about endings, tying up loose ends, completions, moving forward, knowing that there is something around that corner that is bright and beautiful and new and amazing and a path laid out just for you. But we do have to do a little bit of housekeeping before we can actually step into the magnificence of that path. 2 plus 1 is a 3, and that is all about transformation. It's allowing curiosity to lead our hearts. It's our voice, it's our thoughts, it's our dreams, it's our desires, and making them tangible, making them real through us coloring outside the lines a bit, going outside of the lines. Yeah. Daily numerology for Sunday would then be a 9 plus a 3 plus a 9, which is a 21. So 21 comes out to a 3 again. So know that each of those numbers are electrified during this time because of their duality. Okay, now before I go forward, hang on a second. I'm going to do this one more time for you that show up every day. But some of you don't have the time to show up every day. I mean, my videos are kind of long, and so I get that. Or maybe you've just found me, so you've never seen this before. But this year is my thank you to all of you. Every day I choose me, a 365-day journal, okay, towards self-love, to your growth, okay? Solid binding, so it's not going to fall apart. Halfway through the year, you're trying to tape the pages back together or something, and it goes every single day. 410 pages, 365 days in the year. So we have things like something for the Virgo new moon, Okay, we have September 11th. We have an affirmation. We have a prompt on which to journal. And I don't care if you go on for an hour and write paragraphs or you write one sentence. Okay, the main idea with this kind of journal is to just say I choose me each and every day. And you tell yourself that when you go to this thing, and I mean it's massive, so it's not going to get buried. Although I have been, burying some things here. We've got September 30th, the end of September practice. Then if we turn the page, now we've got October, right? Theme is transformation, numerology, monthly intentions, right? And then of course we go into, I welcome transformation with open arms. What change am I ready to embrace? And start making those goals and start making those plans. So I walk you through with the energy, okay? The full moons, the new moons, the eclipses, the solstices, the equinoxes, all of that is covered. And that is why there is so much extra content in there for you. I didn't put a bunch of pictures in there or anything. It's all about you and for your learning and your growth, okay? So, it's all here to remind you that you are worthy. Okay. So I try to design it as best as possible to help you live more intentionally, more in love with yourself, more courageously, more lovingly. Okay. And especially love towards yourself. I want you to know that you are deserving. You're already deserving. You're already enough exactly as you are. Okay, we live in a world that is chaotic. It constantly pulls us away from ourselves. Our responsibilities, our obligations, the expectations others have on us, and our own expectations of ourselves. And just the noise, just the noise. Okay, and when we choose ourselves every day, everything else begins to start to grow in your life. The relationships, your health, abundance, confidence, joy. 2026, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 is a 10-year. Okay, 10 is all about new beginnings and the wheel turns and we're going into a new season. 1 plus 0 is the independence, the I am, new beginnings. Absolutely. So take the time each day to choose you, whether or not you're using the journal. It will be at a discounted price, although I didn't know how to do the discounted price, so I just worked it out and put those prices in. But the prices will be going up in November. But I want to, for a special thank you for just being here with me this year, last 10 or 15 years, whatever the time of yesterday, I don't care, today, start being with me today. But it's my way of thanking you by giving you a tool that you can use in order to grow and succeed in your world going forward. Okay, enough with the blatant plug. Okay. I will leave the link in the description box. I will put out maybe a blog or something, but you won't see the book again. But I wanted to bring it out one more time just in case, the off chance that you might have been absent the first 2 days and you miss out on it. I would not forgive myself for that. So, Sun is in Virgo and our moon obviously in Virgo. Now, the moon does move into Libra, but it's not until Sunday night, like around 6 p.m. So we have the majority of the weekend all with the Libra energy leading up to, or all of the Virgo energy leading up to a move into Libra. Okay, so this weekend solar eclipse. Okay, it's first of all, it's not just a fresh start. Okay, eclipses, yes, they do carry the power of new beginnings, and I mean that is what is promoted out there in the world to each and every one of you. But we can't miss the obvious here that it comes at 29 degrees of Virgo. That's a final degree of a sign. We've talked about this before, especially when we were going through Saturn and Pisces moving into Aries. So I won't go back through that again, but where, endings and completions are just as important as the beginnings when this happens. So it's like we're standing in a doorway and we're between two rooms. And in order to be able to really close the door of that one chapter closing that room, we are also preparing to open that new door and to create in that barren room. So it is a reset. It is a fresh new start. Okay, the world calls the solar eclipses new beginnings, and it's deeper than that, okay? It carries urgency, a sense of closure. The understanding or the clarity or even a feeling of need to release what really cannot come forward with us. And that might be a hard conversation you have with yourself. Absolutely. Because some things have provided us comfort and love in certain ways and support, and sometimes we have to branch out and step away from that and stand independently on our own. Okay? And until we do those things, until we release, we really cannot truly step forward into the new. We'll be able to a little, but not to the degree on which you'll want. So the very first part of this is about release. Okay, Virgo's lessons: health, healing, order, organization, what is needed, what isn't, daily routines, even service to another. So the things we do out of kindness, out of a heart center. And we really need to ask ourselves, what's complete? What needs to be released in my life? What new seeds do I need to plant to honor me, my life, my body, my purpose? Okay, so before we really dive in, I just want to circle back to the 29, okay? Because 29 actually indicates in numerology a learning period. It asks more of us and it gives us greater rewards. So don't overlook or ignore any possibilities right now. Okay, be alert, keep your eyes open, watch for opportunities that come your way. Okay, and then if we go 2 plus 9, it's an 11 energy. So that's an 11 energy is a master number. Okay, and that is asking us, yes, once again, to release what no longer is needed in our life, that weighs us down, that doesn't support us in the way we want or need. And to make a commitment to ourselves, to make a commitment, a vow to ourselves, and to honor that commitment by being consistent and showing up each and every day for ourselves. And I just closed my eyes and I thought I better tell you guys this because maybe some of you have missed it. That's not mascara up here. Okay, it might be under my eyes, but that's not mascara there. And people are mistaking it for mascara smudge. And you're sending me all kinds of great ideas for new mascaras to try, and I will try a few of those because they were enticing. But I was actually out there with a chainsaw cutting down a tree, and the tree decided to take a swing at me. So anyways, to make a long story short, you should see the tree because this is nothing compared to that. Okay, the final degree, um, it carries a sense of graduation. We've completed it, we've done it, we've got the t-shirt. So it's an end of a cycle. So this is a time to tidy up, refine, complete things that have been hanging over us or annoying us in some little way, or we just haven't gotten to it yet. It's time to get around to it. Okay, and it's necessary to make space for what's next. Okay, so think of it like you're clearing a house before moving in. Okay, you can't possibly start a new chapter while the old one is still cluttered, right? So Virgo asks us to look at how we care for our bodies, our work, our everyday lives. Okay, it rules the details, the mundane, the food we eat, the routines we follow, the way we serve ourselves, perhaps others. And at 29 degrees, the eclipse presses on these themes. So, what's going to be pointed out to us? Unhealthy habits, chaotic schedules, overgiving without balance, These types of things will rise to the surface. And so, but they're rising to the surface so that we can address them once and for all, so we can move past them, so we can set new intentions in place. Okay, it's like we're getting a double message for this one. Okay, something is ending, something is beginning. And the release is just as important as the planting. And if you watch other people, they'll be probably talking about all this release and going for, or not release, but rather going forward and stepping into, new workouts and new ways to motivate ourselves to do this or that or the other thing, new and healthy eating habits. But they don't tell us about the major releases that need to happen in order for those things to be truly successful as we walk forward. Okay, so we're making space for healthier rhythms, right? Stronger routines, more purposeful living, perhaps. Okay, and it's not a reset for the week. Okay, this eclipse energy unfolds over the next 6 months. So there's no rush to do these things, but we need to put them on our agenda, and we need to think of how we're actually going to work it into our life so that our life is in complete balance at all times. Okay? It's going to shape our future well into the future. And we don't get that immediate. Okay? And we're such an immediate. We want it now. That's how the credit card companies got so rich really fast. Because we want it now. We can't wait for it. We can't save for it. We want it now. Solar eclipses don't act instantly, okay? We have to take it one day at a time, one step at a time, and what begins now starts to ripple out, okay? It shows itself in stages to us. The choices, the intentions, the endings. Any of those things that we embrace this weekend will echo in the months to come, especially when it's about health, healing, organization. Take inventory of your daily habits, your routines, your commitments. Which ones drain you? Which ones feel like they have run their course? Okay, write them down, okay? And tear them up or burn them, bury them. Okay, that creates this physical act of closure. Okay, this works because it takes what is swirling in the mind and it gives it form. And it allows your body and spirit to feel that sense of release when you burn it or you bury it or you tear it up. Okay, set clear intentions. After endings come beginnings. So this is a moment also to plant the seeds for what you want to grow in your life. Healthier routines, balanced work, a deeper sense of worth perhaps. So light a candle. Speak out your intentions aloud. That will seal them in the physical world, okay? Fire and voice activate the energy, turning thought into action. Prioritize you. The eclipse, part of the Virgo energy with the eclipse is to understand that your body is sacred. So do a little bit of a detox. Drink just water with some lemon in it. Tidy up your environment, your home, your work office, wherever. Okay, all these things are just really walk barefoot. Walk barefoot in nature. That's another one, because they're all ways to just reset your nervous system. Okay, and they matter. They matter because they honor Virgo's truth. Healing comes through consistency and care, but every day, we have to give to ourselves a little bit. Now, this energy can also magnify the desire to get everything just right. Okay? We have the risk of nitpicking ourselves or others until nothing feels good enough. So focus on progress, not perfection. Gratitude journals work well for that. Okay? It reminds us that we are already worthy and complete. We just need to acknowledge it. How can I put it? Okay, let's say you are someone who has been stuck in the cycle of overworking yourself, neglecting any kind of self-care for yourself, And we keep saying, well, we keep saying, oh, we'll rest when things slow down, but they never do. Okay, so under this eclipse, we feel the truth that we can no longer ignore. And the truth is simply the old rhythm that we have set for ourselves is very unstable. So honor the moment by writing, I release overworking, or not paying attention to my eating habits, or not getting enough sleep. Okay, put it on that piece of paper, burn it. And then I want you to set 3 intentions like I'll go to bed earlier, or I'll prepare nutritious meals, or I'll block time for rest. Okay? And these simple acts will mark the shift that's happening. Okay, the shift is actually planting those seeds for a healthier, more sustainable life over the next 6 months. Put it on post-it notes, say it as affirmations. Okay, solar eclipse in Virgo is not just a beginning, it's a sacred doorway. Okay, and it requires both release and renewal. Don't let anybody tell you different on this one, because I jumped down rabbit holes on this one. It's at the final degree, so the urgency is clear. The old must be cleared before the new can thrive. Okay, we are being taught that healing and transformation happen through the small details, the small daily choices, the simple acts of care. And the best way forward is to embrace endings with gratitude, knowing that as they leave, they make space for healthier, more aligned beginnings for ourselves. Release what drains us. Absolutely. What drains you? Release it. Plant seeds that honor your body, your mind, your spirituality, your work, your purpose. And trust that the choices that we make now will echo across the next 6 months. And it will guide us right into a chapter of greater balance, clarity, success, and wholeness. Okay, I've jabbered quite enough, right? Okay, let's go to the cards. Look at this. The bottom card was the Two of Wands. We are summoning in our tomorrows. I need a drink. Hang on. Talking too much. Okay. Um, underlying, so we didn't shuffle. Let's see if that one comes up again. Oh, we had one jump up upside down. Huh. Two of Wands. Apparently, the Two of Wands is a big statement. Now, the Two of Wands, we're asking for the things to come into our lives that we want, but at the same time, we have to notice that around us is completely clear of all obstacles that would block that energy from really taking hold and growing the successes we want, even if that success is ourselves. That's too funny. Okay, well, we'll see if it comes up again, for goodness sakes. Third time's the charm, right? Our underlying energy is, look at this, the Ten of Cups, our happily ever after moment. When's the last time we've seen this card, people? For those who have watched me, this card, wow, has it shown up this year? Because I really don't think it has. And if it has, it might have shown up maybe in March at some point. But besides that, I can't see it really showing up for us. February maybe, but I don't remember it coming up. And this is the happily ever after. This is building your best life ever. This is what is on our focus, on our mind. This is the underlying energy for this weekend and probably over the next 6 months. To go after our dreams, our goals, our desires, to create what we want to make tangible in our world, become our reality in our world, one day at a time. So, what does your happily ever after look like? And notice that our rainbow is a rainbow of cups, okay? Each one of those held intentions for different parts of our world. maybe spirituality, relationships, partnerships, health, well-being, work, career, our stature within the community, our home, our family, our love, whatever it might be. Each cup is different. So we can't just put an intention out there right now. We have to really think about, every part of our life and make an intention for each. Okay, what would compose that best life ever that I can see in front of me? What are some of the things that are needed? Do I look like I'm procrastinating in that? Do I look like I'm shy and I'm introverted and I'm not getting my message out? Do I look like I'm just laying on a couch somewhere? Probably not. You're seeing yourself happy and full of energy and full of light, and you can't wait to tackle the next thing and the next thing and the next thing after that. We have the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is, well, I love the King of Wands. I'll be honest. I like his style. He is the GOAT in my opinion. Because he doesn't get into the royal garb. He doesn't get lost in some kind of illusion of his ego. He's got a very solid, healthy ego. And he wears usually when I see him in decks, his crown is usually crooked. In this deck, they did not do a crooked crown. That's probably the only thing I can say bad about this deck. But he's never in the formal garb. He's always in what would be considered the king's work clothes. And he's holding his staff. He knows he's ready to go forward. He has tamed the wild beast. He knows he can trust every footstep forward and that he is protected and respected. And when he gets an idea in his mind, it's not long before he's jumping off that throne and getting to work. And his enthusiasm only creates enthusiasm around him, and everybody wants to be a part of it, however small. Okay, yeah, and he'll think on his feet and he'll just move. And if it was a wrong move, well, wow, well, the good thing we learned it now and not later. Let's shift it over to here and see how this works. And so he's very, very, very flexible, very mutable in his actions. But the thing is, the key word there is action. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is a pivotal point. The nine says we have ended. It's completion. It's endings. It's done. We can leave it in our rearview mirror. We can take the wisdom and leave the lesson behind. We can, we have graduated, right? Every one of those sunflowers represents a part of our growth. There's probably nine there if we were to count. And so every part of our development in some way has grown into maturity, and we do need to set new intentions for every area of our life. And it's the mundane parts of our life, to be honest. It's not like I'm going to be a millionaire one day. And trust me, that would happen by happenstance if you took care of the mundane during this time. Okay, it seems to form an energy of its own that swirls through the cracks of our doubt and brings us towards greater success than we could ever imagine. But it is about leveling up. It is about stating to the universe, to God, your maker, your angels, your guides, that you are moving forward, that you are taking the next step in your evolution of going forward, of becoming stronger and more courageous and braver and healthier and wiser. Heard wiser at the end. And then we have the Ace of Wands. We're thinking, I heard meditating, so meditation could be a good tool here. To understand that when that new beginning comes in, that strikes, that breaks our world in two, the old and the new, that there is some kind of balance happening within our life. That we're not trying to jump in with both feet, but we are really thinking about the whole picture of how we can do the small, subtle moves towards great growth, towards great happiness, towards great success. Okay, let's get an Ancient Stones, which is the new deck. If you haven't been around, the Ancient Stones, we're giving her a try. I do like this deck, and I picked this deck because of the research they do. Okay, there's like 3 or 4 pages of, where they found different things. And some of these words I can't pronounce. And if you can help me and tell me where I'm wrong, because it'd be kind of silly to stop and ask Google how to say it aloud. So I'm just going to flub it, and hopefully, maybe you can correct me so everybody has the right wording rather than what I decided to say. I have problems with English, for goodness sakes. They throw in other languages here on me all the time. Anyways, they did a lot of researches on some ancient stones and things that we might want to know about, and we might want to go down that rabbit hole and investigate a little bit farther. So, during the eclipse season, we have changed the deck. Okay, come on. I know there's 2 cards there. I know there is. Okay, we got 1 now. Oh my gosh. No, we don't. Wow, they're all sticking together. I'm scared to look, though. Well, we have the Wisdom Keeper, a new perspective, study, and learning. Okay, so that's the one we're going to stick with, but I have to look. I have to look here. Weather the storms, let it change you, embrace the unexpected. Very much with the time, so I can see how that one wanted to come out as well. And then we had one more that was sticking, and it was the volcano. Relationships, express, don't stagnation. Don't stagnate. Okay, so those were the ones that wanted to come out. The one that was on top was Wisdom Keeper. So we're going to go with Wisdom Keeper, but know that the volcano and Weather the Storms both came out to have their just to warn us that some of this energy is probably not going to be easy. And that's okay, because we're ready for it. We have been through what has been needed to go through in order to, weather the storm now. To be the volcano erupting. Don't think of you as the victim, be the volcano erupting is what I would say with that card. Okay? Don't stagnate yourself. Allow your lava to flow. Allow your energy to flow. Allow your vibration to flow. Okay. Oh, I got the wrong one here. Hang on, we're really close though, people. Oh, the next page. Okay. A new perspective, studying and learning. The oldest known rocks on Earth found in Canada. Oh, my home. The oldest known rocks on Earth found in Canada date back around 4.3 billion years, a length of time that's impossible to comprehend. For comparison, the first humans emerged around 2 million years ago in Africa, a mere blink of an eye in the lifetime of our planet's most ancient stones. The stones are wisdom keepers, powerful teachers, healers, guardians. They preserve, they hold, they tell our stories. Infused with the wisdom of the cycles, our ancient stones show us the grace and gift of surrender. In their presence, we're invited to take a different perspective, to shift into humble knowingness and wonder. Oh, I got a little butterfly or a little moth flying around here. We're in their presence, we're invited to take a different perspective, to shift into humble unknowingness as we wonder how many people like us have seen come and go. How many civilizations have they stood to witness to? The Wisdom Keeper card holds ancient knowledge and stories. Many of us have been severed from our ancestral wisdom teachings, but what if it's possible to reconnect with this wisdom through stones that hold memories? The card invites us to reconnect with some form of study and learning. It may be in the traditional sense, or it could be something more mystical or direct. So the soul inquiry is, what are you fascinated by or in awe of? How are you being called to be a student of life? Well, I do like rocks, I tell you. My newest is labradorite. There we go. Now we're getting the beauty of the labradorite. The light's hitting it right. Okay. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stone in my opinion. Lots of beautiful energy there. What else did I get basically new? Purplite. I found purplite, and I'd never heard of purplite before, and I do love the color purple, so it's just a hint of purple in there. It's like it's emerging. It's like it's breaking through the darkness. Okay. Let's go to our Journey of Love cards. Oh, we forgot the animals. Well, I think the reading's long enough and it's more than enough content in it. So we'll just keep going. Obviously, I was supposed to skip them today for some reason. This deck, on the other hand, I would not skip at any full moon or new moon. The Journey of Love, okay? Loving other people, loving yourself. The Light Field, 63, which is a 9 energy, which is about completions and endings. The Light Field. Okay, I'll read the poem first. Have a sip of water first. When I'm in love, I'm not afraid to be any part of me. I let it all free for the world to know. And when I'm ready to love, I will create a reflection of who I am. And we will shed our fears, complete our past, and trust love to be our guide. I'll talk about being just on point, right? Okay, the light field. You are very open right now to the other side. The veil that separates the world is very fine for you. There's much love in your heart, and love exists beyond all barriers. You know, that's part of. I didn't mention it, but this card, the veil is very thin. They can hear our words, our messages, our wants, our desires so much clearer. So, if you wish to communicate with those who've passed on, do it through your heart. If you want to communicate energetically to your beloved, even though you are separated by physical locations, you can do that so now. If your psychic abilities are opening and you need confirmation or reassurance, accept this message of guidance as being such. Those who have passed can be received fully and peacefully into the light, and your love guides them home. The messages that you sense in your own heart that come from unconditional love, that uplift and reassure, can be trusted. The light is so close to you, beloved. It surrounds you as you glow from within. This oracle brings you guidance, that you are connecting with a field of awareness that is real, that you are protected by light as you do so. It's confirming that there is nothing for you. I hope there's something for us. There is nothing for you to fear. And those who have passed on or will pass on in the future will always be safely held in love. It's also a confirmation that there are very real bonds that connect you to your loved ones, past, present, and future, and that are beyond the confines of time and space. So allow yourself. I think it's almost like a rebirth. And whether it's of a spiritual nature or a heart nature, or you're perceiving things differently, whatever it may be for you. Okay? Allow the complete to be let go. That's your old story. This is a time to reinvent yourself. This is a time to step into a new beginning. This is a time to step into the new improved you. The 2.0 version of you. Anyways, until we meet again, remember, I do love you.